episode 6. I'm going to be talking about lifestyle in Hong Kong, and Connie's going to be talking about lifestyle in Shanghai.
Hi.
So, first off, I want to talk about the Hong Kong's MTR, the metro system, which, similar to Korea, is immaculately clean, well signposted, cheap, and regular, which is very convenient. And it's incredibly capable of controlling the crowd, especially because Hong Kong's so small and compact. Really, it only takes like maximum of an hour or like 40 minutes to get to like the each end of Hong Kong. So, in this small compact area, I'm going to be talking about how like people play here or just have fun hanging out. So, uh, contradictory to Korea, where we just have the culture of just going to places, cafes, and having fun. Hong Kong actually like has a lot of private activities like trampoline parks, laser tags, and like yacht parties. These are popular birthday spots or party spots. And in these places, we just have fun with our own like private group of people or friends that we personally or privately invite. And we'd also go to like private clubs such as like jockey club or marina clubs. So I'd like to share some anecdotes on that. So starting off with jockey club, there's a big bowling alley where we start off our day. We just have fun bowling,
Bowling.
and we'd have our options to go, like playing tennis or basketball, or we'd have a private ice rinks, or we could just go on a swimming pool date.
Oh.
Right. And the swimming pool in Hong Kong is very popular, especially because it's a Bay Area. We just go out and swim in the beach, or we'd go out on a yacht party, and we'd have swimming sessions in the ocean, or we could just have swimming sessions indoors and outdoors in private clubs.
Oh.
Right. And talking about ice rinks, it's to be completely honest, ice rinks aren't like the big ones you'd expect. It's just these like really small ones in like underground areas
Oh.
in like clubs. And overall, ice rinks aren't exactly developed, but it's just there as a feature to just have fun. And same goes for like tennis courts, basketball courts, or baseball fields. It's not exactly like having like these competitive games. It's just having a one-on-one competition or just having fun overall. So these are like a lot of amenities we have.
Mm-hmm.
And next up are the marina clubs, where you just have a sea view you could enjoy. Maybe you take out a yacht.
Oh.
If there's someone's birthday, you could have a cake. And I just recall eating a bagel
Bagel.
with salmon,
Oh.
bagel
I
with
love
salmon
it.
and cream cheese.
Uh-huh.
It's a really good party vibe.
It's just a room. Marina Club.
Marina Club is it's a really big club on the Bayside of Hong Kong, which
It's
is
Bayside. Okay.
southwest of Hong Kong.
Uh-huh.
You could have like buffets, parties, just have a overall good
It's
time.
like a party room, right?
Right. It's
Okay.
a party room, but on a yacht.
Yeah.
That's where it
that's
gets
so
spicy.
cool.
That's where it gets
Okay.
spicy. Right. So what else is there about Hong Kong is like, as I mentioned about Bay Areas, because Hong Kong's, well, technically an island,
Mm-hmm.
it's very developed in like beaches, Bay Areas.
Mm.
So whenever you have free time, you just call up and bring friends to beaches. Maybe you could have a swimming session in the ocean or just have a pizza party.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, Hong Kong doesn't have like developed delivery system. However, if you go near the beaches, a lot of these stores are open to like swimmers and like just people who come from having fun in beach. So what that means is, whenever you walk down the streets of Hong Kong or like near the Bay Area, you'd have a lot of people barefoot, having like a surfboard in their arms, just coming in to have a pizza or something, and that's really well developed. And I kind of feel that this is the vibe of Hong Kong. This is
Oh.
how like you play in Hong Kong. This is where you hang out, right? What else is
Uh-huh.
there? Oh, and similar to T Money in
T-Money,
Korea,
okay.
right? There is octopus in Hong Kong.
Octopus?
Yes, they're called octopus.
Octopus?
Why
I
is it
have-
called octopus?
I
Yeah.
have no idea why.
Oh, it's not shaped like an octopus or anything
No,
similar
it's
with
just
octopus.
a plain card.
It's just a
It's just a plain card.
plain card.
The
Mhm.
card is called an octopus.
Yes,
Okay.
it's
very
called
cute
an
and also very
octopus.
baffling.
Exactly, but these cards, similar to T-Money, you could use them in like buses,
Oh.
convenience stores, metros. But another big part is you could use them in vending machines,
Oh,
which is
Oh.
extremely convenient. So
wow.
Well, you can use T-money
Yeah,
in
we
vending
can
machines
also
too.
use T,
Oh,
but
right.
but it's like limited to
yeah, it's
like
really
Yeah,
limited.
kind of limited.
But in
in
Hong
the
Kong, it's
subway
quite
stations.
abundant.
Oh, okay.
And also about I want to talk about like how Hong Kong has a lot of like diverse races. It comes to the origin of like how Hong Kong is formed. So the full name of Hong Kong is HKSAR China. It's a special administrative region, which means that back in back in like the Chinese dynasties and British Empire beat China, like having opium war in
Mhm.
China. That's when they British Empire gained the region of Hong Kong,
Mm.
which meant that Hong Kong was under British
British.
Empire, and that's when a lot of like British like businessmen came into
Right.
Hong Kong to make trades to Asian countries, East Asian countries, and in the 1900s, when China's trying to get back Hong Kong because of the geological location of Hong Kong, where it's really efficient for Hong Kong to reach out to like China, Japan, and Korea. That's where China comes in and tries to get a grip of Hong Kong, and that's where British tries to defend off.
Mhm.
And that's the reason why it's SAR China is because they're under both British and Chinese rulings,
Mhm.
which means that in the late 1900s, a lot of the Chinese government is involved. A lot of Chinese people come into Hong Kong for business. So nowadays in the streets of Hong Kong, you could see a lot of Chinese, a lot of British people, and there's a lot of like Southeast Asian people who come in as like workers of these Hong Kong like Chinese and British people, and most of these people are like house workers or just chefs who come into Hong Kong, and like they get a really small amount of money just to help out the housework. But so that's why in Hong Kong, like if you just go on the streets, you could just find like a lot of people from different backgrounds.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Also, there are lots of cultures, right?
There's
Uh-huh.
there's a variety of cultures, right?
Uh-huh.
And
Is there any like specific building or culture that is like combined with Western and Eastern cultures? Do
right.
you remember anything?
In Hong Kong architecture, there are like 2 to 3 main buildings. The first one is the IFC, the
Mhm.
International Financial Center. Which is one of the tallest buildings in Hong Kong,
Mhm.
and it's actually the IFC mall there where the Hong Kong's like financial status is based on. So IFC, what else is there? Pacific Place.
Mhm.
Those are like the central areas of where Hong Kong's actual like trades or like business is done.
Oh.
And the two other architects or buildings that are famous in Hong Kong is the HSBC Bank building,
Oh, HSBC.
which
Oh, I
is right
know.
next to the Shanghai Bank building.
Yeah, right.
Right. To be completely honest, I feel like the Shanghai building looks way cooler with the triangles. You should really search it up.
Uh-huh.
But the funny story behind it is the HSBC building was originally in place, and after like China came into attempting to rule Hong Kong in the late 1900s, the Shanghai building came in,
Uh-huh.
and if you look at the rooftops of these two buildings, you could see two cannons aiming at each other.
Cannons.
Cannons, which is
literally cannon,
which is a
okay.
very funny story.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure if it's loaded. It's always been a myth. So I've come to like IFC like 87th floor in IFC to just
Uh-huh.
take a look at those two buildings,
Mhm.
and you could actually see like cannon-shaped like metal, I don't know, buildings or those kind of stuff on the roof of those two buildings, which is a really funny story, to be completely honest. It just shows the status of like Hong Kong going against China, and yeah, that's it for the architecture.
Oh, okay.
How about Shanghai?
Shanghai for the Shanghai for the buildings or like that. So from now on, I want to talk about some buildings in Shanghai. So it's one of the largest cities around the world, and inside the city there are so many tall buildings and skyscrapers for business and hotels and some vacations. So not all of Shanghai is like this, but only a specific place called Pudong, where many people comes for the vacation, is like this. So there are lots of tall buildings over there. So I will talk about the buildings over there. So first, I want to talk about the Shanghai World Finance Center. It's like a giant can opener. So it's like giant can opener that would look like this. So
A can opener.
yeah, it's like there's a whole middle of a
That
whole middle
one.
of a building. So it's like the whole is like the whole of a can opener. So yeah, people call it a can opener tower for like, you know.
That
And
is pretty accurate.
and there's Shanghai Tower, which is the second large tallest tower over the world, and it's for, I guess, like business and other things. There are also the sightseeing things on the top, of course, and there are Jinmao Tower, which is the highest only hotel building in the world, and has a spikes to prevent the climbers climbing over the tower. I literally saw that, and the spike was really, really big. That made me scared when I was young.
Wow.
And there is also Oriental Pearl Tower, which is shaped like
The Pearl Tower.
Pearl Tower.
I've been there before.
If you look at that carefully, it's like when we're young, we go to school and there's a styrofoam ball and a wooden picker that we use to
Oh yeah,
put
yeah,
on the
yeah.
tongue,
Right.
like teeth. It's shaped like that. The middle part of the tower is that styrofoam ball, and the
The toothpick.
yeah, it's like it's like a end of a toothpick. So like that, there are lots of skyscrapers over the Pudong, and I will tell you some interesting facts about this. Cause Shanghai is like a harbor over there. There's a Huangpu River over there. Many boats and many cultures move around the Shanghai Pudong to like trade and for the work. So there are lots of culture inside the Pudong, which means there are lots of foods that we can eat over there. So I ate like pizza, pasta, or other Western culture foods, and it's really good because it's very developed over there. Because most developed place are their foods are really good. So
Right.
also, because there's a river, there are many boats over there. So it's good to go there and take a cruise for sightseeing. So if you go around on a cruise at night, you can have a very good experience with the night view because there are lots of skyscrapers and all the lights.
Fun fact
uh-huh,
about Shanghai,
uh-huh,
like when Chinese actually like perceived capitalism,
uh-huh,
and when they started to like develop their harbor areas or bay areas, apart from Beijing, which is their capital, a lot of those like harbor areas developed first. And if you look at China's like most developed cities or where they earn all of their money, like 30% or so is of their China's GDP is based in Shanghai and those locations.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Okay. This is an interesting fact that in Shanghai, Pudong, Shanghai. One interesting fact is that ships operate like buses over there. There's a bus called Dongchang Road Pier, which is Shanghai Rundu in Chinese. There are many people who go to work from Puxi, which is across the river, across river to Pudong, and they pay about 40 cents to cross the river. So I've been on this boat to cross Pudong and Puxi, and high-rise buildings are concentrated on Pudong, and there are not many in Puxi. But if you look at Pudong at night from Puxi, it is very pretty that the high-rise buildings are concentrated.
I'm actually curious if there are any people who are willing to swim across the river.
It's too wide. I'm
Okay.
sure they would die.
Okay.
I'm sure
Makes sense.
they will drown. Okay. The nice side of Shanghai, it's really awesome, like I told you before.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I guess that's the end of the Pudong Shanghai. Yeah.
That was
So,
actually really cool.
yeah.
I mean, Shanghai, the image of Shanghai, of course, that we just put up in our minds is like the night when at night all the lights are concentrated.
Mhm.
We look at those big towers with previously mentioned like balls and chopped like toothpicks.
Oh yeah.
Ended the toothpicks. That was very interesting.
Oh
Shanghai is a really fun place to go. I've been there like 2 or 3 years ago
Yeah. Mhm.
for a baseball tournament, but really they do have mixed like cultures. For
Oh,
example,
right.
I've had like Vietnamese po noodles there, and as desserts I eat Turkish ice creams,
Mhm.
and mostly in Shanghai, obviously because it's a place for business and like you
Or-
know
Uh-huh.
diversity,
Right.
you'd experience multi altitude of cultures there,
Mhm.
which is really interesting
Right.
overall.
So,
That's it for the part 2 of
Part two.
episode 6. Hope you enjoyed some of our
Uh-huh.
anecdotes and our analysis on Hong Kong and
it's
Shanghai.
really good experience to talk about our experience, right?
Right.
Right.
Gives us nostalgia.
Uh-huh. I want to go back. It was fun. So, this is end of the part 2, and see you in the next episode. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.